so I didn't post a video for about 6 months. It wasn't for a lack of trying though. I had a bunch of videos on the Bunsen burner that ended up getting burnt. Or, scrapped, I guess. So how about I show you everything I worked on, but never posted? But like, everything I ever worked on and never posted, not just the 6-month dry spell. For those of you who don't know, I love Splatoon, and I love playing it competitively. And for those of you who did know, I tried making another Splatoon video. Actually, I tried making 4 of them. The first one of these was somewhat of a normal video. Not normal by my standards, it was just a normal gaming video you'd see on any old Splatoon channel. A story mode race against Ali% on Twitch. It was just a normal race, nothing fancy, I won the race, that's all you need to know. If you want to know more, look up a Let's Play or something. On to the next video. This video probably takes second place for how much of my time it wasted before being scrapped. We'll get to first place later. Can you become a top player in 1 month? Probably a question players of any competitive game have had before. Rather than hypothetically contemplating if I focused for a whole month and practiced like it was a full-time job, how good could I get, I actually did it. I got a pretty notable coach each week to talk to and look at one of my games. People like ProChara, Gamedev, Toyoban, and Ren, who was the coach for the Splatoon World Champs. Honestly, I scrapped this video for 2 reasons. The first was that it didn't feel informative to someone watching me go through this. All anyone could see while watching it was me playing games, that's it. The second reason was that because it felt like I knew less about the game than before I started. That's a good thing though, it's the Dunning-Kruger effect, and also proof that I did improve. After that was scrapped, I tried to revive the video to justify the effort I put into it by making a shorter scripted video on just what I learned. And you know what? Let me show you a scene from that video. Here we have an example game replay someone might look back on. You might not see what the splash could improve there. They just got a kill and then they died to a lucky shot from a blaster. End of scene. Let's look at that again, but slower this time. The first question you might have is, how do I not die here? This question is too broad on its own to answer. Just like in the Flappy Birds example, we can deconstruct this into 2 more specific questions. How did the enemy kill me, and what can I do differently? The first question can be broken apart even further into how did the enemy know I was there, and how did the enemy react? Looking from the enemy's perspective, we can see they knew you were there because of the icon that tells them their teammate died there. And they reacted by shooting any enemy ink in the area, which you just happened to be in. That leaves us with one question. What can I do differently? The beauty of this question is that you do not need to be the one to answer it. You can watch better players than you and see how they react. You can give a half-educated answer and test if it works. You can even ask someone directly. That's what coaches are for, after all. You might also start looking out for other players making the same mistake you made and punishing it. In this case, doing something as simple as hiding on the other side of the wall could solve it. But after writing the script, recording the lines, and making the storyboards, it got scrapped anyways. You can't get good practice by listening to someone else talk about practice. Practice is a skill you have to, well, practice to get good at. You have to practice before you can practice the game. Enough about practice and self-improvement though. How about answering a silly left field question? What is the DK era of Splatoon 3? In September, I was at a LAN tournament called Riptide. I wasn't there for Smash, but in passing, I did notice there were a lot of people playing Donkey Kong. Apparently, he's just a goofy, low-tier fun character to play. So I wrote a video looking at what weapons in Splatoon 3 were goofy, low-tier, and fun. At surface level, that's all it was, but there was a much deeper purpose to this video. At the time, the Splatoon community was in a state of panic. Everyone was making a video titled, "Is competitive Splatoon dying?" The only answer you need to know is no. I ended this DK-inspired video with encouraging players of Splatoon that if the game was getting stale, to change your goals. Up until now, the goal of 90% of Splatoon players was some variation of get better. When the game is stale though, why not try building an audience with content? Or meet more people in the community and play with up-and-coming players? Or try pushing your favorite DK weapon. Competitive isn't dying, it's on the edge of becoming something greater than it was before if players want it to be. Enough about Splatoon. Most of you have never even played the game before. I know what you all want. You want me to talk about Gamedev. The year is 2023. After the success of Grinch Simulator in 2022, I decided to make a sequel. Some of you might know about this game already because I had decided to stream developing the game. It was meant to be another Among Us inspired game where 2 players among you were Grinches trying to steal all of the presents. Let's do a quick walkthrough of the map for nostalgia's sake. It's been a while since I last took a look at this. I remember wanting to have a unique perspective for this map, so I kind of made it this sort of 2D, 3D hybrid. I can see that there are still some visual problems with it. There's a little line here that sometimes flashes. Oh. I remember some of these tasks. Like this one. This one's supposed to be a puzzle where you're supposed to fit all of the presents into the stocking. Oh. I remember this one. This one, honestly, was probably my favorite task I created. It was a little chiseling task where you're supposed to be chiseling out toys, and I created this shader that when you're chiseling, pieces of it come off. Man, this one still holds up to today. Like, this is... I love all the pieces flying off of it. It just feels right to have pieces flying off like that, and then they fall to the bottom of the screen. This is all running on the GPU, by the way. Like, all of the calculations for this are running on the GPU to do all of this, which makes it extra efficient. Can I use these? Ah, I'm not a Grinch, so I can't use those. Those were kind of just vents to move around the map quicker. Oh, yeah. The funny thing is, there's actually 2 of these tasks in the game. There's also another one that actually is exactly that task, but the visuals look a little different. I'm gonna go find it. You could shovel snow instead. It's the exact same task. It is literally the exact same task, but just snow instead of sweeping a chimney, and there's 2 of them. Baking cookies. This is real life advice for how to make cookies. You just throw the ingredients in the bowl, you take the whisk, you stir it up, and then you add some heat to cook, you add a blowtorch. There wasn't a lot of tasks to do, but I think the ones that I did make are actually kind of charming, and I did actually put a lot of effort into them. Like this chimney task as well, where you're sweeping the chimney, runs completely on the GPU. Same with the, same with this one over here. This one runs completely on the GPU. After a full month of developing this game, when it finally came time to play it on stream and fill up the lobbies, it didn't work. The game was chock full of bugs. When you clicked a button to start the game, some people wouldn't be transported to the start of the game. Meetings didn't always call for everyone. Sometimes no one would be chosen as the Grinch and the game would just end. And that's honestly why I didn't make a video on it. It was such a disappointing end to the single video I put the most effort into. Another unfinished game is 2 Boss 2. It's a game I had said many times that I'd make, but I never did. I spent 2 weeks straight writing out ideas for the game and organizing them. But no matter what I wrote down, I wasn't making the game because I wanted to. I would have made it because I said I would. So I never made it. I'm interested in expanding upon Synth Souls though, so maybe there's something to look forward to there. Now, don't celebrate too hard. I've been asked many times to do this, so please hold back to your applause until the end of the show. We're going to take a look at Minecraft. Back in 2020 and early 2021, I used to make Minecraft videos on a different channel that I accidentally deleted. On that channel, I had a challenge series where I was trying to beat Minecraft with only 1 inventory slot. And yeah, I never made the final video. It was just a really time-consuming challenge. But what if I finished it now? A fun fact, that was actually the first time I've ever beaten the Ender Dragon. So yeah, that's most of the videos I never made. The rest of them, either not enough work went into them, or they're just not interesting to talk about. Anyways, since my old Minecraft channel doesn't exist anymore, I'll add a playlist with all the old videos linked in the description. Well, this is the end of the video. I don't have anything left for you. Like, why are you still here? Are you expecting more content? Okay, I'm gonna leave now. Bye.